Good evening, and I want to say welcome. So welcome. I'm Jordan, as kind of obvious, but we do have some players here. We're gonna try to play the Star Wars RPG. This is the second part of the beginner box for the Edge of the Empire. Um, and yeah, so we've been on the adventure a few sessions already, but we're just starting to stream now for this new chapter called the Long Arm of the Hutt. If there's any technical issues with the stream, please let us know because I will not know because I will not be paying attention. So just let us know and yeah. So we have Jin, who is a Chiss. We have Cal, who is a cyborg-esque droid. And we have Slacks, who is a Trandoshan. So we'll just give Cal a minute to get his shirt on because he was changing shirts. Oh, Maritimer for Life dropping 2,000 channel points towards the 2 hours of Outlast 2. Well appreciated. Not really, I hate playing that stuff. But that's okay. Perfect. So, everybody good to go?
Yes.
Cool. So, just a bit of a recap what happened last session. You were stuck on Tatooine in a little town called Mos Shuta, and you managed to steal a YT-1300 freighter and escape the planet. There was a bit of commotion on the planet, a bit of commotion in the air, but that's just a quick summary of what happened. Now, the ship is called the Crate Fang, and it was in a rough shape last time we ended. So we're just picking up with you guys jumping into hyperspace, and that's what's going on. So currently, what is the hull looking like on the ship? If someone has those notes.
Rough. It is rough.
It's not great, Captain. Sorry, wrong series, wrong universe.
So Trex, who is the owner of this ship, hey Sean, thanks for subscribing, appreciate it. So Trex, who is the owner of this ship, is going to walk up to Slacks, who is probably still repairing the hull from the engineer's quarters. I'll put it that way. And he walks up to you and he's like, "Are you going to be able to repair my ship?"
It might take a little bit, but we'll get it.
He's like, "Okay, well, you stay here and you work on that, and I'll go check what the others are up to." And you guys were in the gunners positions, I guess you could call it, last time that we were going at it. So, is there anything you guys wanted to do? You guys are currently in hyperspace, so it's just like a blue tunnel.
I'm gonna. Oh,
I was just gonna say, is there any tuning that I could be doing on those the turrets? Like, is there any like tweaking that I could be doing or maintenance?
They are actually in pretty good shape, but I will let you. I'll let you make a mechanics check, and I'll make it hard. But if you do succeed for the next day, I'll give you a boost die with any shots made with that gun. So 3 purple added to a mechanics check.
Oh, this is not gonna go well. Hold on, let me see how bad I am at mechanics.
And while that's happening, Jin, was there anything you wanted to do?
I am going to be. So we just got out of a firefight. Just got out of a planet that nearly killed 2 of us.
Yep.
I'm looking for liquor. Any alcoholic beverage I can find.
Yeah, well, we're just gonna jump back to Cal here for a second. So he does manage to get. Unfortunately, I'll give you a strain, but you do sweat quite a bit, and you manage to make some fine tuning. You fine tune one of the turrets on the gun, and for the next combat or whatever, I'll say it that way. The next combat, you'll get to add a boost die to any shot made with it. And jumping back to Jin, you're kind of starting to look around for like a liquor cabinet kind of thing, and Trex will come up to you.
I am.
Trex will come up to you. He's like, "Oh, you're looking for some liquid poison." And he's like, "Oh, follow me to the pilot's to the pilot's quarters. I always keep some there."
Lead the way.
So he kind of go there. So as Slacks is kind of working in the engineer's room, and Cal, you're working on the gun, just finishing that up. You hear a blaster shot near the pilot's bay as Trex shoots towards you, Jin, and he says, "Thank you for getting me off of there, but this is my ship." Yeah. So you guys hear a blaster shot on the inside. I'm going to get you guys to roll initiative as Trex is going to try to take his ship back from you guys. So it's going to be a instead of cool, it'll be vigilance because you guys weren't expecting it.
Okay, cool.
Oh! Damn.
Oh, cool. It didn't matter.
Nice. So it's going to be after the shot, which I still have to roll for, is going to be player, NPC, then player. And Marty Light, I appreciate you coming in to watch. So yeah, so we're gonna go player, NPC, player, but I have to shoot you first, unfortunately.
Right.
So, hey, thanks for following, Marty. Appreciate it. So .RN, he's going to use his heavy blaster pistol. Is going to be green, yellow, and it's going to be an easy shot. I will make it a. He's a bit rushed on this one, so I'll give him a setback die.
Yes.
So he does unfortunately hit you. Just for the sake of it, I'm gonna get you guys to get rid of all the damage you had before. Just for the
Oh god.
yeah, you're welcome. And just for the sake of it, we're just gonna start fresh from this session. So he shoots you, 2 success, and that means 9 damage. But don't forget to remove the soak from that damage.
Yeah. So 9's at 6. Cool.
Question:
Yes.
Are we restarting strain as well?
Yes, minus the one you just got.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Gotta cheat my way out of some strain.
Yeah. Cool. So, for the sake of it, I will say that Cal and Slacks, you guys are at long range. So it'd be 2 maneuvers to get to the piloting, like the cockpit area. And I will say that it is short range from
Jin.
to Trex. Yeah. So you guys can start. It's player, NPC, then player.
Oh, I just got shot.
Yeah, from the back. Just
Give me a minute here. So I am going to. So he just shot me behind me. So it's like behind me. Just.
He's like, yeah, let's go to the cockpit, and he kind of lets you kind of go in front of him, and then he try to drop you.
So. That's not very courteous. And I'm going to use an incidental to pull out my slug thrower.
Yeah.
And just go. I've done this before, and just put it right in his face and shoot. Use maneuver to aim.
Yeah.
So
Typically, typically it's a maneuver to take out the gun, so you're lucky you have that skill
Incidental.
thing. Yeah, exactly. Cool. So yeah, so it is an easy shot. So it'll be 1 purple, and you get a boost die because you are aiming
Directly at his face.
Right in his face. So. Not parentheses. R. Yellow.
Grok Corpse. Thanks for following. Appreciate it.
Right. That should be good.
3 success, 1 triumph. Nice.
Let death reign.
If you want, I think one of the options for spending a triumph is that you can cause a critical injury right away.
Oh, sorry. I will roll again. Do we keep our critical injuries from last game, or is that like clean slate completely?
You do keep the critical injuries, yes. Do you
Okay, so I'll roll.
do you have 2 of
I
them?
will add another. I have 1, which adds 1 purple to. It says here
No, it does not.
critical injury.
That's the
says-
that would be the difficulty to heal when it comes to time to heal it. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Cool.
You did roll correctly. So if you want, you can use that triumph to cause a critical injury to him.
Damn right. And I basically went just pull the gun, shoot. As I shoot, I'm going for his fucking eye.
Cool. So you give him a shot for how much damage?
7 plus 3 successes. That's 10 points of damage.
Nice. So he's
Point
not
blank.
gonna like that at all. But he does have a pretty good soak, so we will see what happens here. I will tell you that it is soak of 5. So he only takes.
Oh!
Yeah. So he is. I'm just gonna keep track on a notepad because otherwise it's going to be a mess. Cool. So he takes a good shot. He kind of manages to squint away. But you do get him, like, it hits his shirt and there's like a blast and it kind of partially blinds him. I'll give him a setback die for his next shot. Rule of cool,
that's-
right?
Yeah, maneuver, action. I can take 2 straight. Is moving a maneuver, or can I just move?
Moving is a maneuver.
I will take 2 strain. How far am I from the cockpit?
I will say that you are short range from the cockpit. You were like in the eye, like not the aisle, but like the corridor leading to the cockpit.
Well, I'm going to run into the cockpit area and just try to like where the doors open, just and hug my back against it.
Cool. Taking cover is another maneuver, so I'll say that you can like kind of get in. You're like on the verge of finding somewhere to hide.
Shit!
So we do have another PC turn right now before he gets to go. So you guys just heard a blaster shot, then you heard a big old blaster shot. So Cal, you do have a same gun, so you do find this shot familiar. You're like, that was a slug thrower.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take the maneuver and rush to where that noise came from.
Okay. You can make it to from long to medium range as a maneuver.
Yeah.
And at medium range, you can tell that you're close to where it was, but it's like around a corner. You'd have to use like another maneuver to essentially get close, like double move. So you can either use your action to move again or take 2 strain to move again.
Well, so okay, here's my thing. So if I move again, can I take aim and fire, or do I have to take more strain at that point?
You would actually need to use a maneuver to take out your gun.
Okay.
So you can use a maneuver to get in sight, and I would let you use your action to whip out your gun, but I wouldn't let you fire.
Okay. So I am going to not take the extra strain now, but I'm going to use my action to take out my gun and be ready now.
Sure, you don't have them in sight, but you can kind of feel that it's just around the corner. So.
Close. I want to be ready for when I pop that corner.
Yeah, perfect. So it's going to be Trex's turn. So since Jin did move, I'd say you're at medium range. What he's going to do is he is going to move up, and he's like starting to panic because he expected to kind of drop you right away. So he's going to take 2 strain, which I'm going to keep track of, and he's going to aim as well, and he's going to shoot, but he does get a setback die. So I'll keep track of that. And let's roll an attack with his heavy blaster pistol. So he runs up to you. He has green, yellow, yellow. It's an easy shot. There is a boost die, but there is a setback die. Quite a pool here. Let's see what happens.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Boom! So he like he sees you kind of getting ready to duck, and he kind of just takes a couple steps and like boom. That will be 11 damage. Don't forget to remove your soak though.
Yeah.
And he's gonna use that advantage to heal one of his strain.
Okay. So wait.
And you hear, Slacks and Cal, you hear the shot, but Cal, you can tell it's about medium range in the hallway just around the corner.
And you hear.
You're still up,
What,
though, right?
are you down?
That's all you hear.
Really? Damn.
You shot me for 6, and then for 8. I
Okay.
am not a beefy man.
Okay. He might take his shit back. Who knows? Cool. So we hear a body hit the floor, and we let it hit the floor.
A very familiar thump.
Okay, so we're going to the last PC round. It is Slacks who is working on the hull of the ship. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna run towards the sound. So maneuver to move, and then action to move. Then I need one more action to get to him, right?
Yes, but you are limited to 2 maneuvers per turn.
Even with strain.
Yeah, even with strain.
And I guess that's it.
Cool.
Sabotage the ship.
Just for the sake of it, I'll let you use an action, same as Cal, to whip out your bowcaster.
Sure, we'll do that.
So you see Cal basically right next to you with his gun ready, and you like run up and whip out the bowcaster, and you're like, oh god. So we're going back to the start. It is going to be PC, NPC.
Okay, so basically now Shax is observing his turn. Is absorbing Jin's turn, basically.
Just the last turn in the initiative order is gone.
Okay. So
Unless he
at
comes
this
back,
point-
and then I'll get a turn. Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, I will turn the corner.
Okay. Maneuver
So
just
that would
to
be-
get there. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically turn the corner. At this point, I'm seeing Trex
Yes.
at medium range.
At medium range, down the corridor, basically to the cockpit.
Okay. So now I will take aim,
Okay.
and I would need to take 2 strain to fire.
At 2 strain to aim, it's an action to fire.
Okay, so I will take the 2 strain to aim and fire, basically, to take aim.
Cool.
Move, take aim, and fire.
Cool. So it's going to be 2 purple and a blue because you aimed on.
Plus a blue because I rolled that sick roll.
No. That's for the ship's turrets.
Oh, just for the ship's turrets. You.
Yeah, you were.
Why you?
Yeah, working on the ship's guns, right? That's what you talked about.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that applied to my character. Maybe I was feeling real good about myself after doing that.
The
you know.
turrets are really good now. Yes.
All right. So, you said it was 1 purple.
2 purple, medium range, and 1 blue because you're aiming.
Okay.
There you go. Right on. So, how much damage is that?
All right. So that'll be 7 damage plus another 2, so 9 damage.
Is that here?
What?
Am I hearing the beeping? What? What's happening? What's beeping? You
I'm
guys-
not hear the beep. I only hear it when you talk.
Yeah, only when his mic kicks in.
What the hell was beeping? I don't even have something that can beep.
It's a bomb.
That's what it sounded like. I'm like, oh no. So you said 9 damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So he takes a pretty big shot there. How would you like to spend your advantage? Trying to look.
What are my options, Chief?
There are a few options. And they are listed in this book somewhere.
So how many advantages does it take to remove strain?
one advantage can. Sorry, two. One advantage recovers one strain. You can also use an advantage to add a boost die to next allied active character's check. Or you can use 2 advantage to add a boost die to like the next attack. You could use 2 advantage to perform. Actually, you've already performed the 2 maneuvers. So there's essentially.
Can I combo that? Can I take a boost die for myself and remove a strain?
What's the crit on your weapon?
5.
5. Oh
Yeah.
damn.
1 away.
Oh, you could. Sorry, what was your question?
Could I double dip? So if I have 4 advantage, could I take 2 for a bonus dice and 1 to remove strain?
Sure. Yes.
Cool.
I will let that
But
happen.
why were you asking about my crit?
Oh, because if you could, typically a weapon has a number of advantages you can use to cause it to be a critical hit.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove a strain and get a bonus blue die next time.
Sure. So he is not next. It's actually Slax's turn next.
I'll move up to the corner besides Cal and take a shot with my bowcaster.
Cool. So maneuver, action to shoot.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's medium range, so 2 purple. And if 2 success, 2 threat.
Hey.
So I will make you get a strain from the threat, but you definitely hit him for some good damage. How much damage would that be? Big old bowcaster just from around the corners.
13.
Oh! So you shoot him, and he's like, I feel like I have the situation under control. And then you just step around the corner, blast him. He gets like launched in the cockpit, and he hits the console, and it kind of jumps out of hyperspace. And I'm going to read the next part of the adventure here.
Can we make it so that he hit the console after toppling over Jin's body?
Just step on his
Yes.
face, just crunch, just. So the jump the Crate Fang made to Lightspeed has seen you to the edge of the Tatooine system without further problems. However, you must plot a course through hyperspace in order to reach a new destination. Despite the vessel's dilapidated condition, it seems to hold together and handles well. A whole galaxy is now yours to explore. Free from the grasp of Timo the Hutt, you can kick back and relax a little. Getting used to your new surroundings, you haven't had much time to get to know this ship, and it certainly could do with some alterations before you could comfortably call it home. A rank smell permeates the vessel, and several warning alerts, icons, display on the navigational computer's VDU. Suddenly, before you can even think of engaging the hyperdrive and leaving the Tatooine system, a loud klaxon begins to wail, and the sound of a dozen snorting and growling voices can be heard echoing through the ship's PA system. The Crate Fang begins to shudder and shake. Clearly not all is well aboard the stolen freighter.
Shit.
So there's warnings and stuff going on. It sounds like a, I don't want to say a slaughterhouse, but it almost sounds like a slaughterhouse. There are some weird sounds coming out of the ship's PA system. And also, Jin is on the ground unconscious.
So, to be clear, we killed him with that bowcaster shot then.
Yes.
Yeah,
He
okay.
is down. And I want to say that the smell actually, like, you're not sure why, but it started to spread like just the last few seconds. But it is really bad. But Cal, being a droid, this doesn't really affect you. But the rest of you, trying to do anything essentially gives you a setback die. Like it's like really bad.
Okay, so technically now it's back to my turn.
We're not in turn order at this point. It's not really combat.
Okay. So let's get Jin up here.
There's smoke coming up from like his padded clothes, like.
Both nips.
Yeah.
Both nips.
I believe you guys have stim packs, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
had to. I believe we used one last session, didn't we?
I think
To
so.
bring back Jin, yeah.
When
Yeah,
Jin
so
was on
I'll
the
use-
ramp.
I used the last one to bring him back again.
How much did that heal?
4, I believe.
How much
Yeah,
did
I
that
think it was
heal?
4.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah. So.
I know they say that when people lose consciousness, sometimes they do defecate. Did I shit myself?
I don't smell anything.
I'm not checking.
There is quite the smell in the ship that you know right away, but this smells like rank, like almost like rot. Like it's not like a poopy smell. It's definitely more like a rot.
Cal, since you can't smell it and it doesn't affect you, do you want to go check what that smell is and use the comm to maybe reach us while me and Slacks here try to find a place to land this beeping carnival?
I can. I'm just gonna be wandering the ship aimlessly because I can't smell the direction that it's coming from.
Your sensors know, like you can like kind of track it, but it doesn't like it doesn't make you sick.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
Then
sorry,
I will track that stank.
Cool. So you kind of wander off. I will switch over to the other guys here in the cockpit. So you can tell big on the screen, a large flashing red script on the center. Fuel low, just bap, bap. Also, there's a small icon that kind of looks like a crescent moon or like a fang, like a little curvy shape. And there's also a flashing red icon in the form of like it almost like a little bird cage.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Slacks and go, "You're the mechanic here. You know what any of this means." And as I'm saying this, is Trex unconscious or dead?
I will get you to make. I think there's a medicine check in this game.
Yep, there is.
Cool. I'll get you to make an
Believe so.
easy medicine check. 1 purple, with a setback die because you're in the stank.
The stank.
The stank.
.R. Setback, which is a black die.
Yes.
Ooh, baby.
Nice.
Good roll.
So yeah, you can tell that his scales aren't like there's no more blood flowing. It seems to be like done.
He's dead.
He's dead.
I'm just going to look at him and go, "You tell me what I can do. I'm going to occupy myself, and I'm going to slip on my brass knuckles and just start beating the shit out of his face."
Okay.
And while just screaming, "Give it alpha!" Ah! Just unleashing the anger of somebody almost murdering me.
All right, so there is still the loud alarms and stuff going on the computer. There's still the grunting and squealing going on the PA system. Before we jump over to Cal, was there anything you wanted to do in the cockpit, Slacks?
Well, first, can I like turn off the sound on the PA?
You can definitely try to find that control. It is an average computers check, but I will give you a setback die because you are in the stank. And yeah, so 2 purple and 1 black. Just so you know, anything you post there is going to be on the stream.
That's fine. That's my reaction to him basically beating the crap out of this guy.
Okay.
So you said one purple and one red, or one black?
2 purple and 1 black. For a computer's
Black
check.
is K, right?
Black is K, yes. Ooh. So you're looking around and you don't seem to find the thing. You think it might be associated to one of the alerts. You're not really sure, but you don't find any control to turn down the PA.
Alright, the only other thing I want to do is try to see if I can figure out what the different symbols on the console mean.
Sure. We're just gonna jump over to Cal, who's trying to find the source of the smell. It is an average perception check, so 2 purple added to a perception check.
Does my blue die count for this or no? Just combat?
Just combat, just the gun you made better. Good
Oh
try,
no,
though.
because you remember I got that bonus thing, but that was only for
Oh,
combat.
yeah,
still,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. That was only for combat.
Okay, I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket.
I think it was specifically for that combat.
Yeah.
One advantage. I will say that you're kind of wandering, and you get to a point where the sensors like overload. Like it's saying like there's no direction. It's just everywhere. Like you're having a hard time locating this stank.
What's around me at that time? Like what am I surrounded by?
I will say that you are actually in a cargo bay, and there seems to be parts and stuff on the ground. I will get you to make a hard mechanics check.
Oof.
Good old stank.
So that would be 3 purple then.
3 purple, yeah. A hard mechanics check. Hey, there you go. So looking around at these parts, you can assume that you could probably, or someone, there's enough parts there for an astromech to be built. And to be, built to a functional state.
A what?
A astromech,
astromech.
like an R2 unit or an R4 unit or something of the sort. But yeah, that is what you find. So we're gonna cut back to Slacks, who's going to take a look at the alarms and stuff like that going on the screen. As you're looking, is there a particular one you're looking to let me just take a look here.
Well, there was low fuel, the fang symbol, and then a bird cage.
It looks like a little cage, yeah.
The cage. Let's see what the cage is.
Cool. You hit the
Oh,
cage,
God.
and it says, attention, captive militant Buraban still on board. Recommended response: return to Mos Shuta and collect bounty immediately. Last fed 6 hours ago. Last refreshed 8 hours ago. And the only reason you can read this is because you're a Trandoshan, and it is in Trandoshan.
Lucky break.
Oh no.
I'll relay that over to Jim.
Perfect. So Jin just smacking and smacking and smacking.
Does he look beaten, bloodied, and blue? You can't recognize him.
There's skull fragments on the ground at this point. It looks like you took a lizard and chucked it off a cliff, and you just you found it at the bottom of a cliff, and you're like, aha, this used to be a person.
That clearly fell.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna slick my hair back and go, okay.
I forgot about that.
I'm sorry. Okay. So there is a cap. Good on the comms. Cal, I guess there is one of the slave things that Trex loves to work with that is wandering the ship. It is hungry and, from what I can tell, pungent. So if you run into anything, don't face it head on because we don't know where you are. Try to do it to us, s'il vous plaît.
S'il vous plaît. A little bit of chiss in there.
And then I'll look at Slash and go, number 2. If anybody asks, your name is Trex. People don't really. What do you say?
I'm Trex. I am the captain.
Sounds great. So and then I'm gonna look at the screen and go, okay, I'm not as good as you to try to find out what the cage, what the little half fang moon is.
Let's go to that, and then we'll skip back over to and then we'll skip back over to Cal. So the half moon.
On a computer check or?
Yes. It will be an easy computer check, so 1 purple.
Purple because the smell.
Stank.
You did receive a compliment on your character voice there, Jin.
Alright, I tried my best.
So 1
I
failure.
failed.
So you're trying to find this to figure out what this symbol means, and you kind of get lost in the menus, and you're just not sure. It's asking to set the time, and you're like, no, I'm trying to figure out the thing. Change language. You're like, no.
Two things. I'm just smashing keys, going, I don't speak Trandoshian. This is not great. Why is the clock blinking? Why?
So,
just an old man trying to set the VCR.
yeah.
Joke's on you. That's the microwave, bruh.
Yeah. What? How do you change the channel? Just for the sake of it, Slacks, you are there, and you do see him kind of struggling. If you want to help, I'll get you to make an easy computers check as well.
All right. With the setback?
Yes, because the stank is still around. Oh, yeah, you were supposed to have a setback. Oh, there you go. That's how you do it.
Whoa.
So,
Jesus.
you do, you're like, oh, yes, this is how you do it. And you're like 90s hacker movie, like, and it kind of comes up in a Trandoshan text, and it says, transponder operational, receiving signal, Timo, Mos Shuta, Tatooine, emitting coded response. A series of numbers then follow, to the effect that the response signal is being updated and emitted every 5 seconds. So there seems to be a transponder that is communicating with Timo.
As in, he knows where we are?
Yes, you get the sense that it's like a tracking kind of thing on the ship.
Are you saying this to me?
Sorry,
What?
you're a little bit choppy there for a second.
Did they use the connection again?
Oh, I think you're back.
No, he keeps coming back and then cutting out, and then
Okay, cool. So we're just gonna skip over to Cal while the internet's getting fixed there. So you can make another check if you like, if you're looking for the stank still. You did receive a warning that there might be someone else on the ship. You're not too sure. What would you like to do?
I'll grab the comms and basically say, thanks for the heads up. I'm going to make my way back over to the bridge now because I don't want to encounter something I don't know alone. So,
Cool.
can I do one more check, I guess, to see if I can locate the stank?
Cool. You kind of take a step away. The sensor kind of refreshes. I'll let you make another perception check. The same difficulty as it was.
So that was a 2?
I believe so. Yes. Yeah, 2.
Okay.
you're looking around and you don't find the same thing kind of happens, but you don't seem to find the exact like where that stank is coming from.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now, because I can't seem to locate it, is I am going to ready my slug thrower, and I'm going to like Elmer Fudd my way back over to the bridge.
Okay, cool. Oh, I think he's refreshing his signal there. Cool, no problem. You're making your way back towards the cockpit where the rest of the guys are. And you still hear the squealing coming from the PA, like all over the ship, essentially. But yeah, you do make it there. Slacks, there is still a beeping going on. And I think that might be it, other than the squeals. You can try again for either one if you like, but there is there is a squealing going on. It's almost overwhelming. And also the just like a beep 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 for the low fuel.
Yeah, we'll check to see if we can figure out what the squealing's about.
Cool. So I'll get you to make another it is a it's on different pages. It's hard. I don't have the physical book as it was a free. Oh, there we go. Sorry, folks. It's going to be messed up for a second until he joins back in. Oh, I'm not Jin, but I am in Jin's spot on the thing. It'll swap here. Yeah, it'll swap.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. There we go. Cool. Jin is back where Jin is supposed to be. So, anyways, it is an average computer's check, so 2 purple. I'm hunting the stank. Shh.
Be very, very quiet.
Stanky. So, so you're trying to get this thing. I will say that with the advantage and the triumph, you kind of find on your way to trying to turn down the sounds, you find a way to just stop the beeping from the low fuel. So that's one more problem kind of solved.
Yank out a wire.
You just catches fire like ah. But yeah, so there's still some stuff going on, but yeah. So you guys, just as a bit of a summary, there is Buraban, who is unidentified still. You still need to plot a course to another planet. And I'll actually get you guys to make a I think astrogation would be the check. Yeah, I'll get you guys to make an, I'll say easy astrogation check, so 1 purple.
Do we still get the other purple for the stank?
You would get the black for the stank. Except
Black.
not Cal, because Cal doesn't really have a nose.
But I get some strain.
No, I'm not gonna give you. For the most part, I won't give strain outside of combat for skill checks, because I don't want you guys to like not do skill checks because you're getting close to like your maximum strain.
Okay.
But anyways, for the sake of this, I will say that Jin actually finds the knowledge. You remember your dad talking about how close Ryloth was from the Tatooine system, and based on the low fuel, you're thinking, oh, this is probably the only planet we'd have enough to make it to.
So, Slacks, there is this planet that my papa, he told me all the time about. It's a Rhino.
Ryloth.
Rycloth. Yes, that's what it was called. It's somewhere around here. I believe if we go there, maybe it would be better. We could turn off the ship, get all the shit to be quiet. Then we could go open some windows, get the stink out of the ship, find what's causing it, and maybe get some drinks, because I I've been looking for liquor. It's been a stressful time. I just want a red wine, a rosé, maybe a little Cabino. I don't know, just something. I say that we land on the planet, it would be the greatest idea.
Not to mention that we could capture whoever's on board and trade in that bounty, and then you could buy all the booze you want.
Great idea on the comms there, Cal. Or we could see what she knows. Maybe she could help us. And also, maybe we could find that fucking transponder, because I don't know about you, but I know that I have some deals with the Huts that I don't really want to get into, but we could destroy that fucking thing so we don't have to kill more Gamorreans. You know, just an idea. Last time I threw a grenade, it didn't end out well.
No more grenade.
no more Gamorreans.
The ships in sooner we can land, probably the better.
All right. I guess I will, and I'm just gonna take the corpse that I've been beating and just move it off the controls, sit behind the wheel, and just go. Cal, it might be a bit rough. You might want to hold on to something. I'm gonna try to pilot it over there.
Okay, so
At this point, am I not with the guys in the cockpit?
yeah.
I thought yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My signal had dropped, so I was trying to follow
I know.
on the
It's
the
good.
screen.
Yeah, so you
It's good.
do know that that it is like you would need to plot like a hyperspace kind of like you'd be like jumping towards there, but you do
Okay, so
you can put it in the computer and it'll kind of, I don't want to say autopilot, but it'll kind of do it for the most part for you.
I can do pilot planetary if you'd like.
No, you do have the astrogation set up already, so it's kind of like a
Cool.
I want to go here, bloop, and then
Hey Siri.
so there is still the squealing going on the PA. There's still the stank, and there is still what else is going on?
Transponder.
There's a transponder. There is also apparently someone else on the ship.
Okay, so I'm gonna just take out my gun and go. So this is plotting out the course by itself. So I have a gun. I can shoot a transponder. I can shoot a random person. I can shoot any problem we run into, but I can't shoot this stink.
Can shoot this stink.
Yes. So I say, what should we track first? Do we go for the transmitter, for this person who may have some information that may give us some money if we turn her in, or do we figure out what the hell that stink is?
As you guys are kind of discussing, the screen actually pops up and it says in Trandoshan, delivery notice, cargo destined for client Timo, still on board. Cargo type, Wookiee skins. Cargo location, main cargo bay.
Apparently, we have a shipment of Wookiee skins on board.
And it kind of pops up on the screen for like 10 seconds and it kind of pops, like leaves. Like it's like an intermittent kind of signal coming in.
Okay, well, I say, you said you were in the cargo bay when your sensors led you there. Was that correct there, Cal?
That's correct, my friend.
So this is on autopilot. I say that 3 heads are better than 1 droid. We should go look all together and see what we can find.
Speaking of droids, I found a good little cache of parts that we could probably assemble ourselves a little astromech to do some repairs on the ship. I'm
That
thinking
helps
that's
speed
something
things
that
up.
Slacks could fix up there.
That sounds,
Yeah, with some
like
idle
that.
with some idle time, you'd probably be able to assemble some sort of astromech from the spare parts that you found. So what is happening? Who's doing what?
I'm pointing the door to Cal and going, show me the cargo bay.
You do not know the way.
So Cal leading the way. to the cargo bay. Slacks, was there anything in particular you wanted to do?
Is the transponder like part of the computer system, or is it a separate device on the ship?
I will say, I will get you to make a hard computers check.
Oh, great!
3 purple, and the stank is still there, so a setback die as well. So 3 purple and a black.
What?
Good job. So you can actually find that in the like looking through the nav computer kind of thing, you can tell that the transponder is on the outside of the ship, like on the hull kind of thing. And looking even a little bit further, you can tell that it's on the to the rear of the laser cannon turret.
And there's no way to disable it from inside?
I will actually get you to make an easy computer check. This is the one you're gonna fail. with the black die as well, though. So 1 purple, 1 black added. There you go.
You were wrong.
So you're like it right now. You can tell that it's transponding every 5 seconds. Like it's a quick kind of ping kind of thing. You're like, let me try something, and you're like going through there. And you've slowed it way down to the point where it's every hour.
Well, at least gives us some time. The only other thing I wanted to do before I go help them would be check Trax's body to see if he had like any ID or anything on him.
Oh, his pistol. Yo, I'm pissed.
He you said any what? Sorry, said anything to like identify him?
Yeah, like ID or anything. So if we land somewhere, I can claim to be him.
That is a great question. He does have heavy clothing,
Birth certificate.
comlink,
Social insurance number.
a stim pack, an emergency repair kit. But other than that, he does not have anything. So a bit of loot, but he doesn't have anything.
Blaster.
He does have the blaster, a heavy blaster pistol.
Well, I'll grab the blaster and the stim pack and the repair pack.
Cool. So the emergency repair kit is the same as a stim pack. It would heal a droid for 4 instead of healing a person.
Like me.
Yeah. So that's what you find on Trek. So I'll skip over to the other guys. I will get you to make a another perception check. Or sorry, what are you looking for at this point?
I am going to try to find where the smell is from, but also doing so stealthily. So like, kind of like Solid snaking it, like crate.
Tactical
I'm
roll.
just like, I'm going to do this thoroughly and take my time. Yeah. Scoot, scoot, scoot.
Perfect. So
So what would that be for my stealth? Yes, I'm looking stealthily is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I think there is a stealth ability, if I'm not mistaken.
There is.
There is, yeah. I will get you to make an easy stealth check. But there is a black
Okay.
die because you're still in the stank.
Purple, black.
Hey, there you go. So you're rolling around. It's Cal kind of gets the feeling that it's a bit excessive, but you're like rolling around from side to side from the hallway, like in the cargo bay, jumping behind crates and all kinds of stuff. But you do feel that you are successfully hidden, and Cal is kind of just walking, and you're like, like if Johnny Bravo was a ninja.
Oh, mama!
And I will get you guys to make a perception check with a blue die because you are looking for something specific. And also you get the black die because you're in the stank.
And
Not
is
me.
it still an easy one?
It is still an average, I believe. I will double check. It is
So
average.
purple.
So two purple. Yeah. Nice. Nice. So you're both kind of looking around, and now that you know that it's in the main cargo bay, you're like, it has to be somewhere. And you kind of step on one of the plates, and it kind of squeaks a bit. And you're like, under the floor. And you kind of lift up one of the plates that like is just flooring. You move it, and you see the smell that comes up is like, ugh. But you see like a rough bag of Wookiee skins that still have like flesh on it, and you can tell that this is certainly where the stank is coming from.
I'll be like, just plug my nose and like back away. Go, Cal,
Grab the bag and put it in the cargo lock. And the airlock and blast it away.
So you're looking to jettison it into space and not have it on the like in the ship?
Sure, I will comply.
Okay, perfect. You
that is one thing, and if
you're
I
struggling.
like big dogs, why would I want their fur?
Okay.
So, oh,
You should have been the droid, I think, in this campaign.
Cool.
Okay, so anyways, you guys can you can try to get that done. It's actually an easy computers check to kind of figure out how to get that to shoot out.
connection. And
Yeah. Perfect. You're unsure how to get it to launch, but you have it like in the airtight area. It's still on the ship, but you can tell as soon as you lock it in there, the smell kind of subsides. So you'll stop getting the setback die with all of that. So
Okay.
just to recap, there you go. If that is the computer's check, Cal, you managed to get it in the airtight kind of area, whatever you want to call it, and then Jin is like, yes, it's this button. Just kind of hits it, and you see the Wookiee pelts just go thump, and just 6 random Wookiee pelts floating in space, just spreading out like some sort of like hairy net. And yeah, so as far as issues currently, you can tell that the ship is almost done plotting its way through hyperspace to Ryloth, but there is still the music blaring. It's overwhelming anytime you're close to. Oh, sorry, folks, it's messed up for a second. He'll be back, but it is messed up for a second close to the when you get close to the cockpit, it's like just loud, obnoxious pig squeals and grunts. It's a mess. And the other thing is that there still seems to be signs of someone else on the ship, but you're not really sure where.
Because Jin is still with me, I am going to use. It's passive, but I'm gonna take advantage of my expert tracker.
Cool. So you remove any setback die to tracking checks?
Remove 1 setback die per
rank of
per
that.
check. Decrease time of track in half as well.
Cool. So just for the sake of it, let's see here. Cool. So it is going to be a you actually don't need to make a skill check to find where the or actually, yeah, I'll get you to make a an easy. What would that even be? No, not survival. Does it say what kind of check it would be? I'll just say perception, just for the sake of it. Just an easy, just 1 purple.
And technically, that setback die would only be black, right?
If there was black die, it would remove the black die.
So I would have been able to, even if I wasn't a droid or like android, I would have been able to go through without the setback dice because
While you were searching, like while tracking, that's how that works, I think.
yeah, no, I know, but like even if I was like the other guys, I can remove a setback dice because of my outdoorsman. So basically, I can remove through terrain or manage environmental effects.
Yeah.
So that I would have been negated from that anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways,
So you're searching and you're like, I wonder where I could find the this thing, and you kind of find an area that is somewhat obvious. Like you almost wouldn't have needed to make a check, but you find a hold where they're. I'll read the description. How about that?
thanks.
This hold houses some of the equipment used by bounty hunters for the restraints and transportation of captives. Several sets of binders hang from the walls, and there are 6 small cylindrical cell units mounted on tracks for ease of transport. 5 of these units are empty, though one contains a crouched and cramped form of a male Twi'lek. The captive appears old and frail, with pale blue skin and a single long, thin leku coiling from the right side of his head. Where the left leku would be is an ugly cauterized stump. At the sound of your approach, he raises his head in alarm, but his expression becomes one of curiosity when he sees who you are. And you see this old, like, who's there? Who's there? What's going on?
I'll ask him, "Are you Buraban?"
He's like, I am Burban. I haven't seen you with Trex before. What's going on? I heard a lot of commotion.
Well, my compatriot over here beat the living. Well, he was not even living. He beat the dead hell out of Trex. So I don't think you have to worry about him anymore.
He beat the death out of him.
Yeah.
Cool. So he's like,
he deserved it, did he not?
so he's like, are you folks bounty hunters? And he's like concerned, like,
Well, now, let's not get too hasty here, friend. First, I want to know a bit of information. 1. Why are you on a slaver ship within this beautiful accommodations?
so he's like, well, I'll try to keep my long story short. For some time now, the rulers of Ryloth have been, in my opinion, remiss about who they allow in on the planet's real mining industry, which you must understand is only barely legitimate in these days of imperial dominance. For some time, bands of Aqualish thugs terrorize mining communities, forcing Twi'leks to work for scant reward and extorting all sorts of favors and resources from mines that might otherwise have prospered. I banded together with some associates in order to protect New Mean, our most profitable mine, from the thugs. For a while, we held them off. Then they simply disappeared. We were relieved at first, but soon learned that they had been killed in the process of some underworld takeover. Shortly after that, bands of outsiders began to purchase land near the mines. They claimed they were developing it, though we could tell that they were merely there to spy on us, to make it difficult. A short while later, during a journey to Nabat, I was attacked by a band of rogues, including a Trandoshan who maimed and branded me before sealing me up in the cell.
Okay, do you have any idea who this new entrepreneurial group was?
No, not quite yet. No, perhaps. I'm not too sure.
And I assume there is a bounty on your head. I'm just curious, how much is that bounty worth?
I don't know. They didn't tell me. I didn't know. He just came up and took me because I was some sort of I guess a leader of a terrorist group. Not really. I don't know. They just said I was.
I'm gonna cock my gun. Are you sure that's your answer?
That is certainly my answer. Can you make a coercion check, I guess? And I will say that it is an easy. So 1 purple. Is he there? I feel like he's not there. But either way, he doesn't seem to be. I think he froze. But anyways, he doesn't. Whether he if he succeeds. He unfroze for a second. I'm not sure what's going on. But anyways, he seems to be truthful. He seems to be kind of afraid, and he seems to be helpless in this cage.
I'm just gonna, while they're discussing all this nonsense, I'm just gonna start like picking supplies from this like closet of.
He'll be back.
Yes, he will. Not this closet, this like supply, or not even supply. It's like a, what you say it was like a holding cell area.
Yeah, like it's a what's it called? Number 2 hold. Yeah, there's number 3 hold. Sorry, 7 sets of binders hanging on the wall. I think for the most part, there's like a nice rug on the ground. Oh my god, the video quality now. What happened?
I went from my laptop to my phone because I said, "Screw the shitty internet."
It is,
So I'm literally just gonna look at my phone. I don't see anybody.
that's fine. That's fine. Cool. You look beautiful though now.
Oh, thanks.
But yes,
It's all about the lighting. It's all the lighting.
the old man did seem to be like, I don't want to say submissive, but he was like he didn't seem he seemed to be truthful in your interrogation.
Okay. So if we return you to these people that you were, I will use your words, not mine. If we lead you back to these people that you were their terrorist leader, would they be kind enough to give us a reward? Would they have supplies for us to pick and choose from? Just the typical like, oh, thank you for returning my beautiful papa.
They might be able to offer you some things. I don't know how much. We have been a bit struggling lately, but I'm sure they would appreciate it.
Well, you know what? You just sit tight. We will confer with our other ally, and we'll see where this leads. We know where you are. Don't worry. We'll call you. And I'm just gonna like nudge Cal and walk out.
Yeah, we'll have our people call your people, and then we'll just walk out.
So he's just in the cage.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I'm going to turn on a light and go, at least now you can see your environment. And I'm going to walk out.
He kind of looks like just watches you walk out.
I'm like, do you know where the kitchen is? I can get you some food. I may be an asshole, but I'm not cruel.
He's like, I ate like 6 hours ago. I'm not. I'm probably okay for now.
And he says, I'm going to be like, did you eat your? I'm going to point. It's cut off.
He's like, no, I did not eat my leku. The Trandoshan ripped it off and cauterized the wound with fire. No, I did not eat my tail thing from my head. No, I did not.
Okay, I don't know how Drex was. He was an asshole. He shot me. I beat the living shit out of his pulp. Just wanted to be sure.
To be clear, after we brought you back, after he downed you.
Yes.
I won this fight. You're like,
as, as we're walking out, I'm gonna look at Cal like, I think that went really, really well. We're getting to be better with people.
I'm just gonna shake my head.
Cool. So, you guys walk away, no problem. The ship basically gets ready to launch into hyperspace, and you. Yeah. So there is a flash of white light, and the tone of the ship engine drops several octaves as you emerge from hyperspace. Below you lies the dusty, baked surface of Ryloth. As you work out the best way to descend to Nabat spaceport, the slim silhouette of a starfighter bursts from hyperspace barely a kilometer from your position. You've seen this craft before, as it regularly docked at Mos Shuda. It belongs to Kubaz, who often runs errands for Timo the Hutt. The craft banks around and begins to slowly cruise towards you on an attack vector.
I'm going to go. Well, I'm gonna look at Slacks and go. Can you fly a ship? Is that something you're comfortable with, or?
Would this be planetary now, or are we still in space?
I think I would let you do either.
Okay. 'Cause at least I got 1 point in planetary.
Yeah.
I have 1 rank in planetary and 2 green added to my planetary. So my planetary is yellow, green, green, and my space is green, green, green.
Yeah, mine's yellow green, so you're a better pilot than I am.
Cal, how are you at flying?
Better than both of you.
All right, well, I'm going to point the gore-covered controls and go, they're yours, and I'm going to run. I'm going to start sprinting for the turrets, and I'm going to grab the comms that are there and basically speak to Cal and go, if I need to start shooting shit, you let me know.
Perfect. So, for the sake of this, you guys remember what the different roles had? Like the different actions and I know
Gunners could aim and shoot.
yes. And then the pilot had some different stuff. As an action, it was gain the advantage. So you make a piloting check against the other pilot essentially, and if you succeed, you ignore the effects of the
Evasive maneuvers or
exactly, and then it lasts until the end of the following round, or until they use gain the advantage in return. Cool. So I rolled initiative. You guys can roll a cool check as well for initiative, and then we will see what order is happening. And as you see a ship moving up towards you, I will find a picture of this and I will show you. My God, so many things. Oh, there's a picture in the book. Oh, this is not the book.
Glad I didn't listen to you and took the hall repair.
what the fork?
Save image, and I will share the image here. That is one of the dumb. Anyways, it kind of looks like an E-wing. If anybody knows what that looks like, kind of looks like that. But anyways, so let's take a look at the rolls. Oh my God. Okay, so it's going to be PC, 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 and PC. So, who's going to go first?
I'm gonna strap in the pilot seat and say, "Hang on, boys. Daddy's gonna do some flying."
Cool. So you're gonna try to do the gain the advantage action.
Yeah.
Cool. I just need to find the ship in here. Is it this page? No, page before. because the
I know what you
the
mean.
piloting rating is important for this one. There's your brand. No. Oh, it must be the one after. Perhaps. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. So there is a 2 difference. So it would be a I think it's a average check. So 2 purple. So it's a piloting check, and it'll be 2 purple.
Question:
Yes.
do I still get those combat dice, even though I'm not shooting?
Whoever is using that gun would be getting the blue dice.
So something tells me he would have pointed, like, as I'm running towards the guns, he would, like, use this one because I tinkered with it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, that works.
We have this we don't even need to use words. Telepathy.
He gave me the dad look, like, if you pick the wrong gun, I am so disappointed on you.
Cool. So it is a piloting check against 2 purple because his ship is faster, so it is a bit harder. Nice. So you do gain the advantage. So the evasive maneuvers don't give you negatives. So right now you have the option between 2 maneuvers, or if you want to use strain, you can grab both. But it's not your strain; it's strain for the ship.
Okay.
There's evasive maneuvers. It makes it harder for your actually bonus on both parts. So it would ignore the negative for your side, and it would ignore if he takes evasive maneuvers for shooting him. But it does upgrade one of the die for him attacking you, and the other one is stay on target, which upgrades one of the attack die from a green to a yellow.
So did he give me gain the advantage or evasive maneuvers?
Gain the advantage is the action, and then the 2 maneuvers are evasive maneuvers and stay on target.
So for now, we are going to stay on target and head towards the planet.
Cool. Just for the sake of it, I will say that the ship has been repaired completely.
Okay.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna say I'm running straight to go try to repair.
Just nobody flying. I was like, I don't care. We need the hull to last. Cool. So
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna take the next action, just be like, Jen managed to hit them this time. I'm gonna go try to keep us in the air.
perfect. So you are using a stay on target, right? That's what you said.
That's right, for now.
Perfect. So who would like to gun first?
Hey.
Jen's got the
So-
advantage.
So what is the? So I up one of them to a yellow now.
Yes. It has 1 defense, so it has 1 black die, but you do add the blue die because that turret was tinkered with to make it a little bit more precise.
So yellow, green, the blue because he fixed the gun, the blue because I'm taking aim, and you said it's 1 purple?
No, 2 purple and 1 black because he has 1 defense on the ship.
Jeez.
Quite a combo.
A lot of that's a lot of dice. Cool. So, I don't
So
remember.
it's I do remember. It's a damage is 6 plus successes, so that's 9 points of damage.
Nice.
Dommage.
Damage. So it does take some, but you could tell it has some sort of armor, you know.
And
keyboard.
just going to just going. I hit it. I thought I hit it hard. You might want to fly this bitch right into the gravity. Lose them.
So you dealt 9. Okay, cool. Hey, we're done. Then
You worry about you, I'll worry about me.
so the next gunner slot is Slacks. What are you doing?
taking aim and taking a shot.
Cool. So you get 1 blue instead of 2 blues, and versus purple, purple, black. Nice. So I will, for the sake of it, I'll make you guys gain a strain on the ship, a system strain, but you do hit him for what, 7?
Yeah, if it's 6 and plus.
So he's getting lined up for a shot, and he's flying kind of straight towards you guys, and he's like getting ready, like he's doing stay on target. One turret kind of like sparks fly, and you can't see him, but you get a sense that he's like, uh-oh, and the other turret kind of lines up, pew, 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 and you see it kind of catch like thick smoke, and it starts to go down and down and down, and you see it kind of go down. It hits the gravity, kind of starts to go, and on the on the ground. You're not sure like exactly where it goes, but you see it like gotta go through the clouds, and you can tell it's like crashing.
Okay, I'm going to go take my headphones off. I'm going to go see that prisoner one more time. If anybody wants to join me, real quick, and I'm gonna run back to the holding cells.
I'm obviously going to keep piloting. Just like, that's the equivalent of Star Wars Jesus.
Yeah. I think it's Luke.
Lukey, take the wheel.
Qui-Gon Jinn, take the wheel.
Yeah. Qui-Gon, take the wheel.
So yeah, you can definitely go. You can definitely go see the guy.
I'm gonna look at him like, just a quick question. Do you have any technical skills that you would like to share that might give us a reason to get you out of that fucking cell?
I'd
say it's a question.
He's trying to think, and he's like, I can tell you where to land, and I can bring you to some of my people.
How is this thing locked with anything, or is it like a pin pad, or?
It'd be like a pad next to, like, just on a wall.
Okay. I'm like, this might take a little bit, but I will try to get you out of there. So I'm gonna go to the pad and try to open it.
Cool. It's no problem at all. It's like prisoner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Oh, right. It just cycles around, and then you're like, release, and the cage just opens.
And there's only him in the cages. There's no one else.
There is maybe no one else. You don't see anyone else, but since you mentioned the other cages, cycling through, you actually see in one of the cages, I will get you to make a hard knowledge check, and it'll be a
knowledge.
I think knowledge is general. No, I'll do
intellect or
xenomorphy.
Xenology?
Xenology, yeah.
You said it's hard?
Yes.
Can I yell at Blue Guy like, hey, you come here and help me identify this thing to get a boost?
He probably knows less than you do.
Alright. Send.
You do you find it, so let me just take a look here. So one success.
Never mind, I know.
You actually find pieces of chitin, like bug, like carapace, and you can tell looking at it with your one success that it is from some sort of intelligent insectile species.
I'll take my gun and go. I assume you understand me, but can I understand you?
The guy that you've been conversing with?
No, the bug thing I just see.
Oh no, it's like a piece of a shell. Like, it's not a bug.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it was there. Like, I'll just get the comms. Like, do any of you have really good knowledge about different type of monsters and shit?
The bibit?
Nope.
Okay, I don't want to open the cage, but can I take like my barrel of my slug launcher, just like to scrape that thing towards me?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you can bring it with you if you like.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scrape it over and like grab it and like ask somebody if they know what this is, because I don't. I'm gonna look at the cage going. I don't. We are in space. There are many types of creatures, and I for a fact know that there's a lot of different things. Like hell, I can see things in infrared. But you may be able to turn invisible there, Mr. Insectoid-like thing. I'm not opening this fucking cage. And I'm going to walk away. I'm even talking to nothing, but I'm not risking it.
Yeah, so the bit Sean, the bit. So no, you can definitely make your way back. So you're bringing the old guy with you?
Oh, yeah, I'd be like, so we are going to see Cal, and you're going to direct him. I'm going to stand behind you, like, as we pull into the cockpit. I'm going to take put the slug launcher away, blaster, hold it to his head, and while I'm holding it there, I'm going to be looking for this bottle of liquor that Trek said he had. And going like, if Cal gives me the signal, he knows I've already pulled this thing. It's already killed one old man. It is not scared to kill another. I'm going to be looking for liquor.
Cool. Make an easy perception check, so 1 purple.
I want to find this booze.
So
Perception.
he kind of walks up to the cockpit, the Buraben, and he's like, "Oh yes, just fly through this way." So you successfully find out that he was lying to you, and he does not seem to have any booze in the cockpit.
Is the corpse still here?
The corpse is in a pile in the corner.
I just take one shot into the pile, going, "Make sure you don't come back."
The old guy like jumps backwards. He's like, ugh! Like, what? Oh my goodness, what a mess. He's like, I'm to be honest, I'm glad the Trandoshan is dead, but yeah, I don't think that was necessary. But he's like,
He told me there was alcohol. There is no alcohol here.
so
I need a drink. I had a stressful fucking day.
So he's like, I'll bring you some nourishment, and he's like, just fly it down this way and park there. So there is a landing kind of thing or whatever. Do you guys just go there?
You're flying, Cal.
I am just doing what I'm told. I am just following my programming.
Cool, perfect. So you guys kind of land there, and he's like, I'll see that it is repaired and taken care of. Do you guys have anything you want to bring with you before I bring you underground to my people?
All of the things.
Rifle on my back. My blaster is just gonna go under like my trench coat, and I'm just gonna like hold my finger on the trigger and be like, I don't. I've been betrayed too many times in the past 24 hours to just follow you into an underground tunnel. Like, yes, lead the way, old man.
Before I go anywhere, I want to go up and try to disable that transponder.
Cool.
Good call.
That's actually specifically why I asked if there was anything you guys wanted to do before moving on. But yeah, let me just scroll back a little bit and see how hard that is. It is an average mechanics check. So you can tell you really just need to like pry on it, and
So that's 2 purple, right?
2 purple, yep. Nice. So you like pop it off, and you could tell that you actually like when you pop it off, you can tell that it's kind of not programmed anymore. You could probably use this for yourself. I'll let that happen with that Triumph.
Sweet, yeah, I'll keep that. I'll add that to my items.
I'm going to low-key ask Slacks if he could hand me that heavy blaster pistol that he just took off. Your bowcaster, a little tiny pistol.
What do you have to trade?
You can have gin. You can have gin.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure I want them.
This has been the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals.
Since you said you're
Huge.
doing it low key.
Oh God. Cool.
I'll offer him 500 credits.
Sure, I'll do that.
Cool. So.
Cheapest blaster pistol I ever bought.
So.
So
he-
Slacks is working on the ship, if I hear that correctly.
It was like pretty quick. He's like, "Oh, it's right there," and he just kind of popped it off. Was there anything you wanted to do, like outside?
I want to look at Cal and like, so, Mr. Cal, I do realize that since we've met and at the Master Shooter, we have had a constant problem that have been repeating itself, mainly as how I just started shooting. You know, a lot of things got shot by me. I don't want to point fingers, but you guys handcuffed an old guy. Is there a particular way that you're supposed to, like, converse with people that is not like, hey, I've got a gun, do what I want to say?
Usually, not being so trigger happy helps. There's proper gun safety is you keep your finger off the trigger unless you're ready to shoot somebody.
So what you're saying is, I read you loud and clear, don't shoot them, pistol whip them so they can give you the information. Thank you very much, Mr. Carl, and I'm going to walk away.
Basic torture tactics. Perfect. There we go, Jin. We're understanding each other now.
Making progress.
That's the proper etiquette for making someone bend to your will.
Let's make friends. Pistol whip.
Runs right up to the old man.
Okay, so he's like, okay, so you folks are good to go. I do have there are some sympathizers with the staff working here, so I believe the Crate Fang should be safe.
Is there a way we can lock it?
He's like, yeah, it's part of the process with docking.
And this is just me adding some extra flares and stuff. Could we maybe change the name? If Timo had a transponder on our ship and it was shooting abroad, he knows we have the Great Fang. So I say, if you can, more than likely, could you change the way it looks and maybe give it a new name?
You want me to ask the staff to paint it?
Just don't. So basically, this ship is now known to harbor all three of us. We need to make sure that the people who are hunting us are still looking for the Great Fang, but we need it to not be the Great Fang. You know what I say?
Yeah,
Us and him.
So change the look of the ship.
Yes, and change the name so that if somebody goes, "Hey, what ship is that?" they don't go, "Oh, it's the Great Fang."
So
The Great Tooth.
we can do some paperwork. Is there a name that you would prefer?
Just give me a minute, guys. Huddle up. So I didn't think this far ahead.
Why does this not surprise me?
Hey, you keep your judgmental tone to yourself, monsieur. We need. What would be a good name for the ship of?
If it wouldn't be such a mouthful, the whoopsie daisy plasma grenade.
How about the? I want Slacks to name it. You know what? He is the new Trex, so Slacks, name your ship.
Tricks.
I don't know, man.
That's a great name.
That's a great name. IDKMANN. IDKMANN. The SS. IDKMANN.
He's like, okay, we can put that on the paperwork. I must say, if you're looking to not draw attention to it, It might be we could do whatever you like. I'll ask the staff here to
just
do
don't-
that.
The fuck is this?
Yeah.
I
It's
just
like a
opened up
name.
a spaceship name generator, and one of the names on it is the Cataclysm.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that one. That is good because everywhere we go, we make shit go cataclysmic.
Very fitting name.
Sean in the chat, SSIDKMANN.
I am.
Side question: how long would it take Slacks to build a droid, an astromech?
I would say a full evening, like an overnight kind of thing. Like,
Well, are you helping?
I'll try.
okay,
Okay, so what are we going with? Are we going
Well-
with the cataclysm or the I don't know man?
I don't know any Cataclysm.
I kind of like the Cataclysm better.
I also like the Cataclysm.
Cataclysm it is.
okay, cool. The Cataclysm. He's like, very intimidating. I kind of like it. It's good. So he goes and talks to someone. Then he quickly comes back and he's like, we should probably go underground now. And you could tell that there's not really any buildings above ground. It's a very harsh environment kind of thing.
Okay.
So Bourbon leads you from the surface deep under the ground to a district of the city where individual residents are dug into the cavern walls. The narrow corridors are packed with various beings going about their business. Hundreds of Twi'leks throng the walkways and passages, but they are not the only citizens of Nabat. Swaggering Aqualish shoulder their way past you while beeping droids scurry between the shops and the tunnelways. Human traders hawk their wares from stalls set within niches from the side of the walls. He's like, if you do need supplies, you could perhaps grab something quick here. Is there anything you were looking for?
I am looking for alcohol. I am looking for maybe just a weapons depot. Just see what they have peruse.
Jin,
Uh,
I don't know
yeah.
if you should have your weapons on you if you're drinking.
Okay, well, you know,
God.
here. I will do this. I'll take the blaster out and be like, you see, switch it to stun.
Finger
Put it
on the
back.
trigger.
That's why I'm holding it like this. And I'm gonna take my slug launcher and just go. Take my uncock it. Take the rounds out. Take the rounds I have and go. Here you go, Cal.
So
Yeah, you know you can.
So
You trust me now.
just to speed things up in a meta kind
Yeah.
of sentence here, anything in the rulebook that's 500 credits or less you can find here, but they don't have expensive stuff.
Okay. Is there any upgrades for a slug thrower, like a scope?
Perhaps that is a great question. I can quickly look. I know I
don't
kind
have
of
that.
caught you guys off guard with the hey, you can buy anything. But yeah, I'll take a quick peek.
Slug thrower rifle has one hard point, and there are scopes in the upgrade lists for weapons.
it brings
'Cause I was gonna
down-
put one on mine.
It brings down the difficulty of long range shots by 1. I think
For the
No,
record-
long and further. I think. Yep.
I got a steal on that heavy blaster pistol because it's valued at 700 credits, and I got it for 5.
Oh, I know.
Nice.
But like,
Swindler.
why would I need it when I have a bowcaster?
Well, exactly. You're cooler than I am. I'm just a stupid robot.
You haven't got to see the new features of my bowcaster.
That's true. You need an easy shot for it to work, though.
I want my slug thrower to be more precise, or hit harder.
Both are possible.
I can only do one upgrade though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, one thing I forgot to do that we're gonna do right now is we're gonna roll one, white die each, and that is going
That's
to be
just
our
a W.
yes, it is going to be our forest pool that we're gonna add that together, and you can use you can change a light to a dark and upgrade a die, you can use it to kind of make a plot point happen, kind of thing.
Can someone please roll one for me? I'm just
I
trying to
can do
figure
that.
something out. Please,
I can do that right now.
I trust you.
Nice.
So right now there are 4 light side and no dark side. So I can't upgrade any of my dice until you guys upgrade some of yours. Yeah, so there is perhaps a blaster. It's a blaster rifle. Or no, it's specifically a different. You're looking for a slug thrower upgrade, right?
Yeah, just any slug thrower upgrade I can find.
There is a telescopic. What's it called here? MNOPQRST. Telescopic optical sight. Magnifies distant images for long range shooting. This attachment can be used on any ranged weapon, with the exception of grenades.
Darn.
Reduce the difficulty of ranged combat checks at long and extreme range by 1. So long range would be the same as a medium range.
Yeah, I'll get one of that. So I will edit.
It's 250 and it uses the hard point.
250. Okay, so I have 0 hard points on this now, and it.
What
How do I
page
save weapon?
is
Okay,
that
now
on?
192, but it's like 180,
Starts at
189.
189.
Yeah, that's the weapon attachments.
Telescopic. I'll just put scope.
Yeah.
Scope. Hard point is 1. Description. It just lowers difficulty
Of long and extreme range.
on range. So that is 250. You said.
Yep.
Okay. That's 250. Also the booze.
The booze, you can find some really good stuff for like 20 credits.
250. So that's 270. 70. Also, I'm also looking for a. I have this holdout blaster that I would like to get. Just add something else to it if you've got anything.
Does it have hard points?
It does. It has 1.
Cool. Trying to think if there's anything in particular that could be good for that.
I'm just calculating my credits there. Calculator. Shopping time. Boo-boo-boo.
Tripod mount.
What kind of weapon is it you have?
Holdout blaster.
I am going to purchase a sight and a tripod
Nice.
for my slug launcher.
There is only one
yes.
hard point.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well then, forget the tripod.
There is a spread barrel. Wait, blaster rifles and never mind. Not for pistols.
Mine just a holdout blaster.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the upgrades. I'm not looking at the. Yeah.
If there's nothing, it's good.
Is there a way to add that to the weapon?
Yeah, you just you click down and then it'll say attachment. You can put add attachment.
Ah, poop. Right there, look at that.
I don't know right now. Let's just say that if you want to look it up, we can make it happen. But for now,
Okay,
let's
but for
just,
now-
yeah.
Not a problem. So
Just for the
I
sake
have
of
spent
time.
my 724. Okay, perfect. And I'll just be like, okay. And if you know what, if they're since my compatriots are building a droid this evening, if you could, you said that who could tell me more information about this new entrepreneurial group who is diversifying your land? Who would I speak to for that
He's like,
contract?
just follow us. And there's some people down there that might know more.
Perfect. And I'll just keep following him.
Cool. Is there anything else you guys want before we move on?
I don't.
I'm gonna get a scope from my bowcaster.
Cool. And that's. Do you still have a hard point?
I get one extra because of my thing, so that will be my third. Fine.
Right. Yeah. Right. Nice.
Beast, Marshall.
That is pretty cool. So the same one makes the hard and longer ones easier.
Yeah, the only other one that I saw was 2,000, so we can't get it here.
No. Cool. Right on. So, Bourbon leads you away from the busier thoroughfares and knocks on a larger metal door. Twi'leken code words are exchanged, and after a moment, you are shown into a spacious room filled with a relaxing blue light and comfortable chairs. Bourbon turns to you and whispers, "The room is occupied by a cell of the organization dedicated to protecting the interest of common Twi'leks and on Ryloth. We will be safe here." And then there is a lady that kind of comes in, and they kind of talk amongst each other for a few seconds, and she comes over and she's like, "Hello, gentlemen. If need be, I could arrange for a physician to take a look at you and perhaps tend to your wounds."
I'm currently. I want to speak to somebody about these people that are developing your home. They are. They made this man have his. I think he called it his tail thing removed and scarred. I would like to know more about this, and maybe if there's a contract. Jean Francois. And I will extend my hand, very with gore and fucking blood all over my face and hands, going, "Pleasure to meet you."
I will get you to make a charm check, and I'll give you a setback die because of the gore.
I'm not gonna admit I beat the living shit out of a corpse.
Yep.
So that is a charm. Oh, and a setback, so that's a black one.
Yep.
Oh, it's not gonna be good. And black. Is there a purple to that, or just green? It was just a black.
Sorry. Yeah, one purple. Yeah. So, she kind of looks at you and she's like, you're quite disgusting. Sorry for my words, but perhaps our physician could maybe look at you and clean you up and maybe take a look at your critical injuries.
Sure, but again, who should I talk to about these problems that you are having?
She's like, I would ask a favor of you. And then she goes on a little spiel. She's like, "We are deeply indebted to you for the rescue of our friend. Once we get our mining operation under control once more, he leads me to believe that you have some troubles with the same hut boss we suspect of being behind much of our present woes. Is this so?"
There's a lot of huts, lady. Is this Timo? Just straight up say his name. He's not fucking Voldemort.
Timo. Yeah, she's like, yes, it is Timo.
She shudders at the name.
Yeah. I would ask one more favor of you now. Call it the price for the safekeeping and repair of your ship. The miners who worked alongside Bourbon in Numine are coming under increasing pressure from the thugs who own the land nearby. Be they part of Hut's meddling or not, having Burr return to them as quickly as possible would boost morale and enable us to decide on further action. We could provide you with a speeder with space for Burra and the rest of you. Rest here for the night, and if you could set off in the morning, it would be great assistance to us.
Sounds good. I would love a great night's sleep, get my wounds checked, maybe take a bath. Just a little bit of information I'm looking for. These thugs, this is me asking you from the bounty hunter's point of view, should we deal with them by telling them, hey, look, it's in your best interest? or should we bury them? DOA, your choice.
She kind of takes a second and kind of thinks, and she's going to look at you with like a deep, you can tell like it's an intense answer, and she's like, if we bring force, they will too, unless they don't know about it.
So Burrow's still next to me because I'm still covered in gore, and she's like, we just met. Look at Burrow and be like, I'm not good at reading social situations. Does she want them dead?
He's like, I think she's saying that if we, if you kill them, perhaps make sure that it is not known, because if they know that we use force, they would use force in retaliation.
Okay, so no witnesses. Good. That would cost you a bit more, but I can work this out with my compatriots. Don't worry. If you could write up a contract, just say how much we'd get paid, just the technicalities of the paperwork, then both our asses are covered. I am going to go see that physician now, but if you get that in writing, it'll be easier for me to present to my friends. And I'm gonna pop on the ball and go, "Where's the doctor?"
There's like a Twi'lek that walks in and starts to look at you, and then Burabane kind of looks at Slacks and Cal. He's like, he knows this is not a bounty, right? We're just asking a favor from you guys.
I'll look over at Slacks and at Burban and be like, discretion is not a strong suit.
He's like, oh, okay. So, Jin, do you have 2 critical injuries right now?
I do. I forgot.
So,
severe case of auto-tune there for a second.
yeah. So,
sorry.
The physician is going to try to heal a critical injury.
Okay.
And succeed. So you heal one of your critical injuries. I think everyone has one, right?
I had one.
I also had one.
Cool. Yellow, green, and that's for Slacks. Succeeds. And then Cal. Yellow.
Fail.
He cuts your head off. No. No, he the Twi'lek physician does heal a critical injury from each of you. You do heal all your regular wounds and all your strain just from getting a chance to rest up. Just double checking here.
I think the only one that took wounds that last combat was Jin.
That is true.
Yeah, I had one strain.
We're going into the night. If you guys don't want to do anything, we'll just kind of fast forward till morning.
We lost you there, dude.
Yeah, we just lost you for a minute.
Oh, cool. If you guys don't want to do anything, we're just gonna fast forward to morning, unless there's something in particular you wanted to do.
I'm gonna look over at Slacks and ask him if he wants to build that droid.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
I will get you to make a hard mechanics check. So 3 purple.
While they're doing that, I'm finding a nice cozy bath, drinking my liquor, and hopefully finding companionship, but just so I can ramble on endlessly like a drunk. You know, I blew up 3 Gamorreans with a grenade, I shot a droid, pissed off some stormtroopers, as I'm drinking.
So you do find there's like the physician, there's like other people kind of around. They're like looking at you because you still do have a critical injury, and they're like, we want to take care of you, and you're like drinking heavily, and they're like, is he ill? Is he drunk? What's going on? So you're just so you're spending your time doing that, and Cal and Slacks are kind of tinkering at this droid, and you manage to actually put together an R4 unit, and it's a bit on the rough side, but you might be able to program it with like basic commands to kind of help you with the ship or something like that. But it seems to be functional.
Can I search around the ship to see if there's any other parts that could be useful for other things?
The ship is like parked, and you guys went through like half a city to like get to the to where you are. If you want to go there at nighttime, I suppose you could.
Oh, I figured we went back to try to build the droid.
Oh yeah, I suppose, eh? Sure. I will. Yeah, I'll let you make a. I'll say a perception check, and I will make
We
it.
have a newly acquired speeder after all, so we could get there quicker.
Yeah, but once you're on the surface, it's not very far to the ship. So, I'll say that. Yeah, sure. Make I'll say a hard perception check. So 3 purple.
Because it's dark outside.
Well, it'd be like in the ship, but
I know, I'm just being a shithead.
Cool. So you do manage to find it's kind of weird, but it's like a little like a remote control for the droid. So essentially like a comm link for the droid, but like to the droid specifically. So you could essentially be like, "Oh, start the ship," and the droid could like start the ship for you.
So we got remote start for our spaceship. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty much.
Android is way better.
This is the latest model. It's got remote start.
Yeah, last year was the R3. This year is all about the R4.
Oh God.
Okay, so anyways, we'll fast forward to the morning. There is there's a knock at the door, and Nim, who is the lady that kind of took charge of making sure you guys had comfortable accommodations, she kind of looks in, and she goes to like talk to you, but then an astromech kind of pops up next to her, and she's like, "Oh, just a second." And there's a little beeps and boop, beep, beep, boop, beep. And she's like, "Oh, thank you." And the droid kind of leaves, and she's like, "Our friend there is from the spaceport. He came to tell us that 2 hours ago, a craft arrived from Tatooine. He saw a human and a Gand disembark and negotiate with spaceport staff about the keep of their craft before he was called away for a scheduled maintenance job. I'm afraid that's all the information he was able to gather, but you may want to keep your eyes open."
I'm just gonna like lift my head from the pillow and be like, "So a human and a gun, Imperial ship or just random fucker number 5?"
He didn't specify, but I don't think it was Imperial.
Do you have any coffee?
She's like, we do have some tea, and she's like, I'll be back in about an hour. Just wanted to make sure you guys were awake and ready. If we get going right away, we should be able to get to the mines pretty quick.
Okay, just tell me when you're ready. I drank too much.
Cool. So you guys kind of take your time, kind of wake up, get dressed accordingly and whatnot. And then she comes back and she's like, "Are you ready to leave? I can lead you guys down with Buraban down to the tunnels where the speeder is waiting. And the navigational computer will take you to the mines."
Will we be running into, just my question, will we be running into any problems through these tunnels, or?
No, it should be fine. It goes through tunnels, then it goes close to the surface, and then it goes pretty much to the entrance of the mine.
Okay. Cal, I'm not drinking anymore. Can I please have my rounds?
I'm not the one who had your rounds.
I gave you my bullets because you were the responsible adult.
You gave them to Slacks, didn't you?
I don't know. Whoever has my bullets, please give them back to me. Thank you. I don't know.
Buraban's like, I ended up with them somehow, and he just gives you back the stuff.
Whips
I can't
at
imagine.
your face.
Ah, yes, pistol whip. Pack.
That is a national greeting of this planet, is it not?
let me tell you the greeting of my people.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, he leads the way to the scooter, and as we're walking, I'm just going to be loading rounds into the slug launchers, going just in case.
Perfect. So, I do want to bring up, I don't think anybody's really done it yet, but their cover is like an important part of combat. Like if it were to be a thing, there's literally like a, you know how in D&D there's sometimes like a little sidebar and it just kind of brings it up. I'm like, well, might as well just remind you guys about cover.
Every time I've tried to get to cover, I've been shot down and dead.
Oh, you just need to get to cover first.
Oh.
Die after. Right. Okay, so you guys get to the speeder. There's enough seats for all of you, and you hop in, and you kind of just have to hit like start, and as a Tesla would, it basically would bring you to where you're going. And you guys are going for a while. Buraban's kind of sitting there looking at the scenery, like he's seen it plenty of times, so you can tell he's like kind of
So
used to this
Buraban.
ride. He's like, oh,
Buraban.
yes.
What is your story? Like, I know you were kidnapped and you were a terrorist, but what happened before the terrorism?
He's like, I was just working at the mines and trying to do good stuff for the people, and then
Were you the owner? Were you a foreman? You know that. I know a little bit of the construction agency. I just want to know, were you a demolition expert? Like, give me the tea.
he was like, in my younger years, I was working directly in the mine, labor, but as I got older, I was working more in maintenance and just fixing up some of the mining equipment.
Interesting life, very blue collar.
Oh yes, I've heard that it's a very interesting story, and that I should perhaps make a moving picture film about my life.
Right at Holocom.
Holocom. Just a bit of maybe throw a bit of embellishment in there, like add in some tidbits, maybe throw in a romantic interest. Just a.
Maybe I'll be taller in the story. I don't know.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Maybe have two tails.
I was gonna say that too.
I'm just gonna put my hand up to high five Cal because we started the same joke.
Yeah. So, who seems to be piloting this craft? Oh, there is like a autopilot, but there is still a pilot position.
Oh, I'll pilot.
Okay, perfect. So, you've been speeding above the surface of the Ryloth Badlands for a few hours, following the directions that should take you to the Rill mines. As you travel further from the spaceport, the terrain becomes increasingly hazardous. Piles of loose rocks and jutting stone spurs litter the ground. To continue, you will either have to slow the speeder to a crawl or risk a collision.
I've got to slow down, guys, unless you guys want to end up part of the rock formation here.
Perfect.
YOLO!
Perfect. So you do.
Okay, speeds up.
So you do slow.
I've already died twice.
So you do slow down, and you don't. Nothing seems to you can easily make your way across. As you maneuver your way around the rocky outcrops and boulders, you notice that cliffs rise about you. A tall bluff of rough redstone stands to your right, surrounding by more piles of loose rubble. So you kind of have like a cliff providing like shade kind of thing. And you just keep going, and then let me take a look here. Perfect. You can tell you're getting somewhat close. Like you're not crazy far. Is there anything in particular you want to do?
Did you say there was cliff sides and we're driving at the bottom of the cliff sides?
Yes.
I am going to be like, just like sit down in a seat, grab my slug thrower with the scope, and just start scanning the top of the cliffs.
I will get you to make a hard perception check, but I will give you a boost die because you're using your scope.
But it also, because of my scope, it drops down from. Oh yeah, no, it does. That does it? I don't know.
It makes shooting at longer ranges easier.
Okay, shooting. So you want a perception?
Yes.
Okay, so dot.
And by the binoculars.
Yeah, you guys could have bought binoculars as well.
So it's
I do have binoculars.
purple.
Purple, purple, purple. 3.
But I'm driving.
Hey.
So you're looking at the top, you're kind of looking around, and something at the base of the rocky bluff catches your eye. A pile of loose rocks partially obscures a dark passageway. The entrance in the cave... the entrance to a cave in the bluff. A large, round, insect-like head appears for a split second before quickly ducking back.
I'll keep my gun trained on it, and just tell Cal, if you can get away from the cliffside, there is a huge fucking bug that is staring at us.
By a bug head, you can tell that's like a humanoid. It's like an alien.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah.
So instead of saying that, I'll be like, give me a minute. Bura, is there insectoid-like people here? Should we avoid them? Should we just ignore them? Should we stop and talk to them? As my barrel's still pointing.
He's like, there isn't a race that would look like that that's native to Ryloth. He's like,
You're the pilot.
I'm not familiar.
You're the pilot, Cal. You can either fly further away, or we can go see what this... This might also be a fucking scout for the thugs. And I'm saying all this while keeping my barrel pointed directly to where it is so you can see where I'm looking.
I'm still driving slow, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna slowly maneuver, kind of far away, but like whatever a middle distance between where we were and there. And I'm gonna throw my, because I have those binoculars, to Slacks, and I'm gonna get him to take a look if he can see a little bit more detail.
Cool. So you're trying
besides just a little scope.
So you're trying to like maneuver, and you're grabbing your binoculars. As soon as you throw them and kind of turn back for half a second, there's a large crack and a flash of blinding light. The speeder slews around, spinning in circles. Smoke pours out of the hole in the chassis, and it takes all your strength and skill to prevent the craft from flipping over. The craft comes to a sudden and jolting stop, burying its nose in a meter of sandy ground. Yeah. So, you did slow down, so it seems to be like, and you are at medium range from, the entrance, or the base of the bluffs. Yeah, the entrance. And as you guys are like basically like, oh god, what happened? And you hear like whoops and jeering cries from the entrance of the dark cave.
I'm going to jump, so is the speeder just tilted right now on the ground like this?
It's like the nose kind of dug in.
Okay, so I'm going to jump out, and just before anything comes out, just tuck myself under the speeder and just put my barrel out from the corner, just trailing on basically trying to get myself, like a sniper would, just get that little gap with my barrel with the scope so I can see at the entrance while getting cover.
Cool. So as you do that, what do the rest of you do?
Bora's like, follow suit.
Okay, Bora's like, just make sure everything's safe, and he's gonna just sit in the speeder.
I would lay down.
I was gonna say I'm gonna jump out and yank him over, and throw it, kind of duck him on the ground.
Okay.
I'll pull up my bowcaster and go to the side of the speeder as well.
Cool.
Not to the back, to the side, the back corner. on the opposite side from the cave.
So you guys are kind of lining up behind, and Jin, you're like kind of on the.
So like where it's planted like this, like you know how there would be that angle just here?
Yeah.
I would be right here with my barrel pointing towards the cave.
Okay, cool.
So like laying on my stomach like that.
Cool. So you hear a voice. Halt! Stay where you are and drop your weapons. We are agents of the local Imperial Authority, and you are suspect of rail smuggling. I repeat, stay where you are and drop your weapons.
I'm gonna yell out, "What's your name?" I'm not sure if you guys have seen the video.
Oh yeah.
Ezekiel! Fuck
Yeah.
you, Ezekiel!
Yeah.
Fuck your mom! Yeah. I haven't seen that in a while though. Good throwback.
Yeah.
So, you see, let me just take a look here. And you see them kind of pop up their heads. You do see one that has a kind of like buggish looking head, and then you see 2 humans as well. And they have blasters, and you kind of just see from behind cover. Yeah. So what do you want
They
to
also
do?
have cover. Cool.
Prove to us that you are Imperials. What proofs do you have? You could be a random Joe Schmo, be like, hey, I am Imperial Palpatine.
So he's going to the one that yelled out. It was one of the humans, and he's going to yell out again. He's going to say, "Put your guns down, and we'll step out and show you that we're Imperial. We're not stepping out while you have your guns out." And they're like taking cover behind rock piles.
Do we have the droid with us?
I will say no.
Yeah, I assume we would have left at the ship. These are remote start, remember?
That's right.
What kind of terrain do I have around the speeder? Is there anything that I could get a different vantage point from?
Yeah, there seems to be there's some rock piles if you really want to go like sideways, or just hiding behind the speeder can also provide cover.
Could I get to them without being seen?
I will get you to make I will say an average stealth check, but I will give you a setback die just because they're kind of looking towards you.
That's fine because my survivalist traits negate the setback die.
I think the survivalist negates the setback die when you're trying to track something.
Nope. Outdoorsman. Remove a setback die per outdoorsman rank for checks to move through terrain or manage environmental effects.
I wouldn't say it's environmental. I would just say it's them specifically looking towards you.
No. Well, fine. Okay. So then, fine. I still get.
And
Stalker, I still get
also don't forget about your light side, things you can use.
Our 4 light side.
Yeah.
So how do those work exactly?
So you can spend one of them to upgrade a die, and you can kind of spend them to make things kind of happen in a sense. Like, oh, could I change the outcome of this in a positive way or a negative way for them or something like that, in like a narrative sense.
Okay.
But remember, once we use it, he gets to use it for the bad guys.
Yeah.
Right now I can't because it's all white, but like it's like a
I know,
two-sided
if
thing.
he uses one.
Yeah.
And what you say was a medium?
Average, yeah. So 2 purple and 1 setback because they're kind of really looking towards you. Ooh, I will give you I'll give you a strain from this, but you do manage to quickly shuffle, and from what you can tell, you were successful, and you did manage to get behind some rocks.
I want to yell out, we're licensed bounty hunters, sir. on search for a escaped prisoner.
Uh-huh.
So whose name did you throw out?
No one. I just said that we're licensed bounty hunters. Searching for a prisoner. Didn't give a name.
I will make
Okay.
you roll a deceit check, and it is going to be against their discipline. And discipline is willpower. Is going to be two green, but I will give you a setback die, and I will explain why after. Or sorry, not two green, two purple. They have two green if they roll it. Yeah. Ooh. You can tell that amongst themselves, they're like, what does he mean he's a bounty hunter? And one of the human kind of steps out, and you can tell, clearly not dressed in an imperial way or whatever, but kind of steps out and looks and kind of looks towards you guys, and he's like, if you're a bounty hunter, shouldn't we recognize you? And as he kind of steps out, Cal, you do recognize this human from your past as a bounty hunter that was a part of the guild.
I'll okay, so I recognize him, so can I name him?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna reach over to the comms and whisper over to the other two that are hiding. This guy is
Jeffrey.
Bezos?
Yeah. Yes, it's Jeffrey Bezos.
CEO, entrepreneur, also bounty, also now bounty hunter, Jeffrey Bezos. Fucking love that. I love that special, man. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Bezos. Okay. So as he says this, as he whispers into the comms, going, Jeffrey Bezos.
It's Jeffrey Bezos. my name
going-
Jeff.
I'm going to go. I can't say it seriously in Jim's voice.
It is Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeffrey, it's me, Jean Francois.
Is
And
that actually his name, though, for real?
Jean Francois.
Not you.
that I will let you know that the book does not identify bounty hunter number 1.
His name is now Jeffrey Bezos.
Yeah, but
Okay,
Jeffrey
nice.
Bezos. Yes. But
It is canon.
so yeah, it is canon now. So Jeff is gonna look at you and be like, that is extremely odd. You don't look familiar to me, but you knew my name, so
So I'm going to like roll out from under the speeder. Still have my gun on me. Like take my hand off the trigger.
yeah, and freeze there.
That's a
For my,
Okay.
I'm going. I'm going for my license.
I didn't know he knew how to do that.
Cool. So you're just slowly reaching for like a pocket kind of thing.
For my license.
So he's like, so who are you searching for that escaped? And then the other human pops out, and the other one pops out that is a Gand, which is a race that kind of looks buggish.
Wait, Gan, isn't that like the one that Han shot?
No, that's Rhodian.
Ah. I'm trying
Is
to
it
get- no,
safe to know? Is it safe to assume that they can see that Buraban is with us? Like, can they identify Buraban from where they are?
Well, you put him down and put him behind, right? So they didn't see him beforehand. You can't see him now.
Yeah, they're a bit more focused on you guys at this point, and they're like, they don't seem to have noticed Buraban. Also, if anything, you would probably look like a captive kind of thing.
So I am going to go. So we are looking for these. It's a new Imperial contract that came from. Wait a minute. I'm not going to give you the fucking details on my contract. They're going to fucking take it from me. Although I know that like you can't shoot me, I can't sue you because of the code and shit. But like not like as I'm saying this, I'm whipping out my license. I'm going like so like with all due respect, I already have some allies working on this contract with me. I would not want. What are you doing here? Why'd you blow up my speeder? You have now interfered with my contract, which, if you look at the guild's code, fucks me over.
So he's like, you're holding it out, but he's kind of hesitant to come any closer. They're kind of still standing at like
I
medium range.
completely lost
We
you.
lost you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, good job.
Okay, cool. Sorry. So he's kind of hesitant to come any closer, and you're like holding it out, but he doesn't really like come closer because he's like.
He doesn't want to come any closer. Closer.
Ah! Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so he doesn't want to come any closer because he seems to be a bit hesitant. Hercule. I don't know who. Sorry, Turnip. I don't know what's going on. But he's like, what are we doing here? We're looking for a droid, a chiss, and a Trandoshan that escaped Mos Shuta.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. We are looking. We are currently transporting a guide that will bring us to another underground mine, who is where my contract should be.
I'm gonna whisper back on the comms and be like, Slacks, make believe that you're Trex.
I'm listening to this going like, they fucking hit. Like I'm not saying anything, just like. So yeah, like I had a guide. Who is taking me to another mine where I have a contract that has been hiding there. I have hired a little crew. I'm going to split the bounty with them. But now you fucked my scooter up. My speeder.
You fucked my scooter.
So do you have? What did you do to it, so that I can get my mechanic to repair it?
He's like, I shot it, but I will get you to make a deceit check because you're going on this long rant about a story. And I will get, I will give you a setback die, and it's going to be, let's scroll down here.
For too many lies in a row.
You blew up my scooter. I will give you a setback die because you exactly match the description of who they're looking for, and it's going to be another setback die because your lie is kind of going all over the place for a certain amount, and it's only 2 purple.
Oh my fuck!
Don't forget, you have some light side if you want to upgrade some of your dice.
I don't want to give you that power. I know you.
Hercule Poirot. I don't know who that is.
Hercules Poirot is a detective from a book series.
So
he had a little
he had a French
he
accent.
he was a fat French detective that the author hated that she had written him. She just needed a cash grab, and it became her biggest character. She hated him.
Gotcha.
Do I? I'm gonna ask my teammates. I'm not even asking. I'm grading one of my dice to a yellow.
He was Belgian apparently.
Oh,
But
all right, I'm.
French is an official language.
I used a light side to upgrade one of my dice.
Cool. So we have 1 dark side and 3 light side, and upgrade one of your greens to a yellow.
Christ.
So, so he's going to look at you and be like, "You do have a license. It does check out. The droid is not here. The odds of you not being our target are slim, but it does check out."
So what did you shoot my speeder with? Like, will it take long to repair, or would it be a quick repair?
It was just a blaster bolt, but it shouldn't be too bad to repair.
All right. Well, I hope you guys get your guys. I'll get my. Have a good day. I'm just gonna walk away pissy.
Cool.
I think you should at least help pay for the repairs, guys. Come on.
As he says this in the comms, I go. My mechanics buys the bike. He was looking at it. He says you did shoot pretty good. He says maybe a bit, anything you can give us to help, like some parts or something, just to get us on our way a bit faster.
I will get you to roll a hard charm check.
Can I get a boost die because they did interfere with what they now believe is my contract?
I will give you a boost die.
Even though that doesn't do anything, it's fucking hard.
I mean, you guys are bending the intended happenings here quite a bit, but that's okay.
Okay. So you said charm?
Yeah, I was up
Sure.
here with the intention to shoot somebody.
Okay, this could be real rough.
He's like, no, I'm not gonna give you anything. If anything, you interfered with ours.
I've what?
If anything, you've also interfered with our hunt because you're traveling around here without any notice, and now there's a big wreck where we're supposed to ambush people.
Well, we'll get it out of your fucking way. You have a great day, and I hope that your entrepreneurial pursuits there, Jeffrey Bezos, come to fruition.
He's like, where did we meet? I don't remember meeting you.
Moralized.
Okay, give me a minute.
Whoa. When I hear that, can I?
Are you within earshot, though?
Where would I have seen him before?
Uh,
Anywhere.
Yeah, you've probably seen him around a few times, like just at like a bounty
I will
hunter
just-
kind of.
I'll just say like at the guild cantina, like just say he's a heavy drinker like you.
Just be like, we've shared a few drinks at a few of the guilds when we found ourselves on the same planet.
He's like, okay, I'll. It does happen that I don't remember my drinking nights, so.
Next time I see you, just to make up for this entire cluster fuck that it was, I will buy you the first round, you pay the second round, and we'll have a great night.
He's like, that sounds fine. Now, the quicker you get out of here, the quicker we'll be squared off.
Good day. And I walk back to the scooter while talking to just like
Yeah.
fix that fucking scooter as fast as you can.
Cool. So, you can tell that the biggest problem here is just that it was buried in sand. The damage isn't that bad. It's going to be an easy mechanics check. So just one purple.
And this is the one where I'm gonna fuck it up.
While they're doing that, I am still watching the area to make sure that we're clear and that they're not watching us.
Yep.
So are they still watching us?
Yeah, they're just standing at the entrance, and there is some open space between where you are and where they are.
So I still have to make my way back to the speeder.
Not only did you stealth there, you need to stealth back.
Making my way downtown.
So yeah, you do. It only takes a few minutes. You kind of repair. It kind of broke the line to a stabilizer. That's why it started spinning and crashed. You just kind of reconnect that, and the speeder's kind of able to back itself out of the sand.
Okay, well now I have to stealth my way back to the speeder, but this time I think somebody else should pilot so I can like kind of sneak in.
Okay, I'll try. I'll try driving it.
So I'm gonna stealth my way back into the speeder here.
Cool.
Okay, so what do I roll for? Do I just drive or do you want me to roll anything?
For driving, I won't make you roll anything because it's just
Okay.
going forward. But it'll be essentially the same roll, which was I think 2 purple and a black.
Yeah.
This is when I wish you had a
And
grenade.
I'm going to use my dark side to upgrade one of the die. So it'll be purple red instead of purple purple.
Try, guys.
Was that me? Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't. What the shit? Was it purple purple? Was it really?
Yeah, purple purple with a black. So now it's purple red black.
Oh, Jay, I hate you.
Oh! Okay, so how am I going to spin this? A despair. So, you managed to sneak there, okay? But as you kind of, you quickly grab the comms and whatever, you're kind of in a stressful situation, and you manage to sneak back. You have your slug rifle with you, and you basically, I'm assuming you guys were ready to basically take off right away as soon as he kind of snuck in. You take off, and you notice that you left the holdout pistol next to the cave entrance.
Me?
Oh no, never mind.
No, he had the heavy burst pistol or blast pistol.
Yeah, so you notice that you're like, shit, I don't have my pistol anymore. And I will say that there is some sort of clue that was left at the scene. You did succeed in stealthing back, but in your quick rolling around on the side of the face
Man, I
of the
just
cliff.
got this pistol.
Who has the better end of the deal now?
Clearly not me.
It is a pistol you picked off a corpse though, right? So there's that.
Doesn't matter. It makes it cooler.
Yeah, I suppose.
As he says this, I'm there shining my pistol, going, "Yes, it does."
Cool. So that was a situation averted. Congratulations.
Why couldn't we just fight?
Jim, why didn't you have a grenade this time? Could have just blown up the.
Oh
Oh no, Slex fell off the ship.
no, grenade! Ha! Let me just scroll down a bit.
The one time that I'm in like a prime position to shoot people, I'm just like, yeah, this is gonna be great.
Cover.
Well, thinking that we were gonna have an encounter, thinking Jin's just like, yes, lie, lie, lie.
Excuse me. Every time that I have come in guns blaring is because my lies and my speaking and my stealthiness has gone to shit. I'm left with one option: shoot and run.
And that
Yes,
that,
and you weren't the one being stealthy this time. I was.
that charisma though did pan out that one time. That worked. That is true.
And you don't kill other bounty hunters. You should know this. Especially when they're working on a contract. Also, we are that contract. You don't mess with the contract.
Yeah, I really think we should have got something out of them for that.
So
I tried.
Our lives.
it would have been a really hard encounter. So I mean, there's that. No death. No death is a positive. Is a reward.
Oh, I wanted to use my gun.
Just the bowcaster ready to shoot. So you guys do keep going for say an hour or so, and you do actually get to the mine. So New Mean looks set to redefine the word hardscrabble. The settlement is little more than a shanty town nestled into the base of the cliffs that tower above it. A great pile of soil and rock has been raised up by machines and piled around the south side of the settlement. A few of the buildings look to be permanent, if ramshackle structures, though most of the residents seem to make their home in tents. You guide the speeder through its dirt track streets weaving to avoid piles of detritus and vapor condensers. This place wouldn't even support a cantina. No one seems eager to greet you on arrival, though the frightened faces of Twi'leks peer out from behind the canvas flaps of their rude dwellings. The residents of New Mean are cautious and suspicious of you at first. However, once Buraban is spotted, the atmosphere changes quickly. Buraban! Buraban is back! And similar cries are raised throughout the town. Soon...
So would you say it sounds like Buddha 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 ban Buddha 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 ban?
Exactly. Yes. And similar crowds soon the residents of New Mean, 20 adult Twi'leks and a handful of their children gather about the speeder, then gleefully hail the return of their leader, though some of them regard his maimed Luku with looks of pain and despair. And he kind of steps out of the speeder. He's like, these folks are here to help. They'll help us be a bit more independent and such. And then he kind of looks around and he goes to one of the Twi'leks there, and he kind of asks, he's like, how does the situation with the development stand? And they just kind of answer like bad. They're like, oh no. So what would you guys like to do?
Ask around and see what's going on.
Did you say there was kids?
Yeah, there's kids.
I am going to just put my guns away and just start entertaining children.
Okay.
Like, cause do they look down in the dumps?
The kids kind of don't seem to understand what's going on. They're not like, my dad's gonna be unemployed. They're kind of just like playing with like rocks and stuff, like, you know what kids do.
So I will go up and like take all the bullets out of my slug launcher again, put them in my pocket, grab a rock, and just start going, go long, and just using the butt end of the gun like a bat and just playing catch with playing basically like the lazy dad at a baseball field, taking a ball and just knocking it so the kids catch it. Just entertaining children.
Cool. Anakin walks in the room and ignites his lightsaber. Did someone say kids? Ew, that is a good one. So, anyways, the Twi'leks do seem ready to kind of converse with you guys, because you did bring their leader back. They're very happy and friendly, and they're willing to talk. So you do get a few points of information. A few months ago, a human contractor named Angu Dromb purchased a tract of land from one of Rylot's feudal oligarchs, claiming that he was going to build a desert oasis leisure complex there. It soon became something of an open secret amongst the Rylothan underworld that Drom planned to do nothing of the sort and was merely attempting to muscle in on the Ryle trade. Cool. So, human contractor bought land next to them, just trying to get closer to the mine. No one seems to know who Drom is. He seems to have no past. Despite this, he is throwing credits around. People suspect that he might be a front man for a wealthy individual who wishes to remain anonymous. At first, Drom's presence was regarded as a blessing by the Twi'leks of New Mean, as his arrival conceived with the disappearance of a gang of Aqualish thugs who had been extorting credits and favors from real miners in the area. So remember, I did mention that there was a gang that kind of disappeared when there was a new kind of merchant that came around, or not a new merchant, but like someone bought the land. Within a short space of time, Dromb, D-R-O-M-B-B, it's a weird name, Dromb. Drom's men began to make life difficult for the residents of New Mean. The pile of dirt surrounding the town was placed there by the developers, and a number of power supplies have been accidentally damaged, in the process of erecting the mound. Several minor acts of arson and larceny are also laid at the feet of the developers. So there's, small crimes and shit like that. Just, some sort of harassment. The Twi'leks have complained to the feudal oligarchs who sold the land, but they have clearly been bought by whoever backs Dromb. Yes. Cool.
So as they're getting that information from the adults, I'm gonna look at the kids like crouching down, like after doing. They're like, so. I hear there's some really scary things going on around here. Have you seen anything suspicious during night? I'm an adult. It's okay. When you wake up and you're just like, oh, I don't want mom and dad to know that I'm awake, and I look out the window to see what's going on. I may sneak out and have some death sticks. I'm not judging. But have any of you seen anything out of the typical ordinary?
Could you roll a charm? I'll make it average, but I'll give you a boost die.
The creeper vibes are here. Yeah, thanks, buddy.
and that is on the stream.
Hello, children.
Hello, children.
I'm an adult, but it's okay. That's literally what you said.
I know.
You ever just lay at night and think about death sticks?
So you said average or 2 purples? Can I just point out that my presence is 1? I do not know how to deal with people. So you said it's an average?
Yeah, but I will give you a boost die because you are being friendly. You were playing with them and stuff like that. There you go. So, you do lean in. The kids are kind of like, oh, but then they're like, oh, this guy is actually kind of friendly, and he has blue skin like some of us.
Wait. I'm that hip pastor. Hey, kids.
You ever sit here and think about the Lord?
Oh shit.
You always have a buddy, and he's always looking at you. Okay. Anyways, so you lean in. The kids are kind of like, "Oh no!" Like, at first they kind of lean back. They're like, "Oh, this guy's getting in our bubble," and then they're like, "Oh, well, he's playful. He plays with us." And they're like, "Well, there's been a whole lot of stuff happening down here, Mister. There's been like fires, and there was like broken glass and stuff like that. It's hard to sleep sometimes because the adults are always stressing out."
Have you seen anybody? No. Again, it's me. Have you seen anybody? Like sometimes sometimes I see things at the nighttime. I think they're monsters. I don't know what they look like. But my brain has an image of what I've seen, like what the person might look like. Have any of you seen any boogeymen walking through the streets?
Oh.
And if so, I will deal with them.
Boogeyman. Do you mean the Aqualish?
Aqualish? What is the Aqualish? I've never heard this.
They have like 4 eyes and they have like a funny mouth. I don't know.
I lost you, man.
They have like 4 eyes and like a weird mouth kind of thing. They're missing fingers. I don't know. I think they're scary. I've seen them around.
When you've seen them, has there been any fires or vandalism?
They were working on the big dirt pile. We call it Dirt Mountain. I think that's a really cool name. But no, we're typically in bed when the fires and stuff happen. But some of the adults are saying that it's all accidents, and some are saying it has to be Drum or Bomb or whatever his name is. I don't know.
And these Aqualish, have you ever have you seen them within the city or just at Dirt Mountain?
Well, the Dirt Mountain's just like right next to us. I think I heard my dad say that they live right next door, so they're our neighbors. So we should be nice to them and never say anything bad.
Do me a favor. If you see an Aqualish during nighttime, scream as loud as you can, and I will come to you.
This kid at this point, as you're like leaning in, is like, he's like that, and all the Twi'leks kind of look over, and you're like leaning into this kid, and the kid's like, so at this point, it's just like an awkward situation between the adults and you, and they're like, what are you doing? But the kid's the kid's like all happy. He's like, I can do that for sure, and he kind of like runs off with his friends, and you're just kind of like awkward, like, oh god.
I'm just gonna laugh and be like, "That's great," and I'm going to go where they are and go like, "I think we should learn about the Aqualish or Aquilish or whatever how you say it."
The LaQuisha.
The LaQuisha.
Perfect. So with this new information, you feel like you could possibly start investigating the happenings around the town. It is currently 9:57. We're gonna wrap it up here. I will give you guys 15 XP. Typically it would be 10, but I'll give you 15 just for the creative thinking, and you guys did make it through pretty successfully there. So 15 XP for the session. If you want to discuss how to use it, feel free. I'll be here for another couple minutes.
As a sign off, I'd like to point out that this is the first session we've played. No, never mind. I was going to say nobody went down, but I went down.
Your lies won't work on us.
Can I roll?
Sure. Roll a deceit versus their discipline, whatever it may be.
No, it's all good. I was just, and I was about to say nobody went down, but no, the first thing that happened was me dying.
Yeah. Yeah. The reason that happened, I have to say, is because Trex was not supposed to go with you guys. It was supposed to be like some sort of fight to the death or something like that in the last session, and you guys like essentially intimidated him to steal his ship with him flying it. So I basically had to get rid of him, but in a way that made sense. So he basically tried to take his ship back, and there you go.
The cataclysm.
That cataclysm.
Can you imagine if he would have succeeded? Just end of story.
End of story. Now you're all Twi'lek prisoners. You just live there. It's like, yeah, the story starts. You're where you're supposed to be. Like,
All right, perfect.
right on. Well, thanks for playing, guys, and thanks for watching, people. If you're not following, feel free to follow. We're gonna be doing this every Monday, hopefully, unless something happens. Something happened that I'm in Jin spot. Jin is in Cal spot. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I will end the stream there. Have a great night.
See you guys.
See ya.